dito ay 39 lang ako eh. Bago ho ako mag-65, gusto ko na makita yung batas ninyo, ipatupad nyo naman.
Sa data pa lang, problema na tayo. What are some of your thoughts na
Napakarami ho natin kakapunin dito sa bayan na ito na bahagi ng gobyerno. Natupad yung provision ng ACMA, yung sections 38 to 45 on having a national information network for agriculture. Kaya hirap na hirap po si Director Sibilia. Kasi una-una bago siya. Ibang larangan niya. Mahirap po kasing mahirap po maghagilap ng data ng ganun-ganun lang. Kahit po kami sa industry, nagdidebate kami ano ang consumption. Yung hinihingi ni Sir kanina, ano ba talaga ang demand? The way we do it is, meron kami low end, merong point, merong high. What we're thinking is 15 kilos per capita. You multiply it with 115 population, that is the way to do it. Given na wala naman hong data from government na paninindigan. Kasi nga wala ho yung network eh. And you can relate that all of this sa smuggling, sa issues of production, sa issues of lack of trade remedies, issues of, in short, there is no confidence in kanya ho walang, except probably for the broiler industry or the poultry industry. Kasi medyo unique ho yung industry na eh. For the whole of agriculture, may problema sa investments. Kasi nga ho, kung ikaw mamumuhunan, alam mo yung numero eh. Kahit ho dito sa industriya namin, marami hong mga PhD ang umalis sa industriya na ito na luhaan kasi ang tinitingnan lang nila retail prices. Pag tinignan niyo yung retail prices, akala mo napakagandang negosyo kasi mataas eh, madalas mataas. Hindi masyadong gumagalaw. Ang guilty rin ho ang NEDA niyan. Ang NEDA ho, ang tinitingnan rin, retail prices sa mahabang panahon. Hindi ho kinakabit sa farm gate prices. Pag tinignan ho nyo yung data namin, and we are more than willing to submit, may mga pagkakataon ho, ang gap ng retail sa farm gate, 100%. 100%. Kanya ho, ang ugat ho talaga, yung pinagdaanan ni Congressman Emano kanina sa BAI. Walang data eh. Manlaki na naaksa yung oras natin dahil walang data. Walang data system. Yan ho, makakabit nyo rin sa smuggling. Halimbawa ho, just an initial, kasi mahirap pong antayan yung SEPA. Matagal yung gawin eh. Mahirap din ho yung pre-shipment. Maraming pre-shipment inspection. Maraming lalaban dyan. Pero as an initial effort to achieve confidence in the trade system, matagal na rin hong hinihingi ng sektor, hindi lang ho kami, na bakit hindi kayang gawin ng gobyerno, alamin yung export data ng bawat bansa na pinanggagalingan ng imports, ibangga mo do sa record ng customs, at least you can isolate saan ba ang problema, you can focus. Hanggat hindi ho ginagawa yung something as simple as that, ibig sabihin ho hindi seryoso tungkol sa smuggling. That is a sign of seriousness. If you can do something simple like that, maipakita sa bayan, slowly you will build confidence in the system, in the sector, and down the line you will have investments. Kasi hindi ho kakayanin ng government funds i-develop ang agri-fisheries ng Pilipinas. Kailangan yan ng private investment, domestic and foreign. But kung doon sa data pa lang, hindi tayo kagalang-galang, paano tayo maghihikayat ng investments? Kaya ho yung nangyari kanina, that is a perfect demonstration of the root cause. Hindi ho seryoso ang bayan na ito. Hindi ho seryoso ang Estado. The Philippine state, the Philippine government, the GRP is not serious about Philippine agriculture since we got into WTO. Kasi ang emphasis ho ng policymakers, especially NEDA, and their allies outside like the Foundation for Economic Freedom, sila Dr. Habito, sila Dr. Adriano, ang emphasis nila yung tinatawag sa WTO na market access, meaning importation. At ang kwento pa, binabaligtad pa ho yung local sector, ang sinasabi protected kami. Kanya ho sila Dr. Habito at yung Management Association of the Philippines nag-file ho ng kaso sa Tariff Commission ang sinasabi mataas ho ang tariff natin. Ang problema ho dito sa policy makers natin, ang tinitingnan lang yung rate. Ang sinasabi, ang manok kasi mataas ang rate kasi 40%. You know, a tariff rate is high or low not because of the digit or the rate. Kailangan ikabit mo yan dun sa transaction value. Otherwise, it is an abstract number. In order to have for it to have a basis in reality, ikakabit mo doon sa transaction value. Pag tiningnan ninyo yung transaction value, nilagyan nyo ng taripa, mababa ho, pumapasok eh. Pumapasok, ang dami. Tingnan nyo yung records ng NMIS, yung accredited pa lang na cold storage facilities. Millions of kilos ang pork and chicken. Kaya ho, hanggat hindi ho natin inuugat yung problema, hanggat hindi umaalis yung policy makers dun sa false, ang tawag ho namin, to be polite, false narrative of protection. Wala hong protection eh. Real protection comes from a technical term in the WTO, which is domestic support, which would include planning, a data system, and budget. Paano ho ba budgetan ng Kongreso? Kahit ako nasa lugar niyo, ba't kung bibigyan ng pera dito? Numero pa lang hindi makapagpakita. Yun ho ang ugat ng problema. The state should show some seriousness about developing agriculture. So far, in the last 30 years, since we got into WTO, it has all been imports or market access. Kasi ang sinasabi lagi, pag pinapasok mo ang imports, mumura. Kanya ho ako nagpapasalamat sa Quintacom eh. Yun ho ang achievement ninyo in this month. Napakita ninyo, binabaan yung taripa ng bigas, hindi naman bumaba sa mamimili. Pero kung titingnan nyo yung data ng pinakita ho kanina ni Undersecretary Perez, bumaba ho yung palay. At saka nga ho, umuulit ho yung problema. Halimbawa dyan sa bigas ho, pagpalagay nyo na mag-issue ang NPCC, andun ho ako kahapon eh, yung National Price Coordinating Council, mag-issue ng resolution. Extraordinary increase in prices. Marirelease yung stock ng NFA. Pagpalagay mo na magmura for a while. Pero hindi ho napapag-usapan ng malalim, paano, yun, laging incomplete ho yung statement of the problem eh. Paano nyo masasagot yung pangsamantalang kakulangan na hindi aatras yung mga magsasaka? Ang laki na ng ina-atras po eh. Nung bago mag-RTL, ang sufficiency natin is 90 to 95%. Eh ngayon ang sinasabi ho kanina, narinig ko 75 to 80. Pagka ho bumaba ang presyo, dahil magtagumpay ho yung emergency declaration mo, emergency based on an increase, extraordinary increase, pansamantala lang ho yung tulong sa consumer eh. Uulit yung problema. That has been our history since 1995 when we got into WTO, because yung mga batas na pinasa ng Kongreso like ACMA, something as basic as data under sections 38 to 45, hindi ho pinatupad. Ngayon, pag wala ho kayong data under sections 35 to 38 to 45, paano kayo magpa-planning based on consultations under section 13 of that law? How can you give credit? How can you give marketing support? Kaya the first step ho, sana ho sundan ng Quintacom ho yung effort. Kasi napakita nyo na yung a large portion of the problem. Kailangan i-oversight nyo ho. Ang dami nyo ng batas eh. You have so many laws. implementing the system under the WTO. Pero hindi ho pinatutupad ng Estado, ng executive. Ang binibigyan lagi ng executive, led by NEDA, and the latest example is Executive Order number 62. Without consultation, pinababa kay Presidente yung taripa. Nandisgrasya eh. Nandisgrasya. And we are going into a dangerous period. Kasi nagpasukan yung napakaraming bigas galing Vietnam, Thailand, India. Hindi maliwanag yung tulong sa magsasaka. Tapos nga, we are trying to solve the problem by interdiction, by saying na yung retailers umaabuso, importers umaabuso. Itinanggal natin yung pantabla, yung NFA. Ngayon, ang criticism naman ho sa NFA before RTL, corrupt. Sana ho, hinabol yung corrupt, hindi tinanggalan, hindi kinapon. Yung expression po ni Mr. Chair Salceda. Kasi ho, kung ang prinsipyo is pag corrupt, kailangan kapunin, napakarami ho natin kakapunin dito sa bayan na ito na bahagi ng gobyerno. Kasi you cannot treat the retailers, wholesalers, mga businessmen ho yan, binigyan layaan ng batas. Hahanapan natin kung everyone will try to be a detective or policeman. I don't think we can solve the problem permanently. Yun lang ho. Pasensya na ho, bumalik ako sa nakaraan. Kanya lang ho, I am 63 years old. Nung nagsimula ho ako dito, ay 39 lang ako eh. Bago ho ako mag-65, gusto ko na makita, yung batas ninyo, ipatupad nyo naman. Yun lang ho. Otherwise ho, we will be a country dependent on OFWs, tourism, and maybe BPOs. Pagka ganun ho, for a country with 115 million people, wala ho tayong, saan ho tayo pupulutin? Hindi naman, kasi ho, ang laging sinasabi ho ng mga ekonomista, look at Singapore. Yan sila Adriano. Ang sinasabi, look at Singapore. Singapore is 90% dependent on food imports and yet it is food secure. How can you compare the people of our population with that of Singapore? Hindi ho kagalang-galang yung mga pronouncements eh. And yet, itong mga ito ang pinakikinggan ng Estado, ng Executive. Hindi pinakikinggan yung mga nasa labanan, yung may taya, whether producer or importer or processor. Kailangan naman ho, baka naman ho pwede magbago through your efforts. Maganda ho itong ginawa ninyo, yung Quintacom. Maganda ho, kasi hindi, ngayon lang ho nangyari, na kahit pa paano, umamin ho yung NEDA na hindi bumaba ang presyo. Ang sinasabi, nung nag-review ho yung every 4 months under EOC 62, ando doon ho ako, ang sinasabi, bumaba naman ng inflation. Pero kung titingnan ninyo, bumaba ho ang inflation, not because of EOC 62. Bumaba ang inflation kasi ho yung tinatawag na core inflation. Yung money supply, pag tinignan ho nyo from 2023 up to late 2024, sinakal ho yung economy. Yung tinatawag na money supply, pinakonte kasi tinaasan yung interest rates at saka yung reserve requirements ng bangko. Kaya kung titingnan ninyo, anong reklamo sa palengke? Matumal. Walang pambili tao. Yan ho, kaya nga kailangan no, NEDA should go to church and confess that it is guilty because of their ideology and their pride and their arrogance that they cannot be wrong. This country is like this. We are going nowhere. And this is not the fault of any single administration. Cumulative ho ito eh. This is beyond politics. This is economic policy. Pero tingnan nyo ho, doon sa NFA na lang, sa Indonesia ho, Sana tingnan din ho natin yung karanasan ng ibang bansa. Sa Indonesia ho, yung NFA nila napakalakas. Yung bulog. Tapos sa manok ho, sa Indonesia ho, hindi naglalanding ang foreign chicken. Kahit kinasuhan ho ng Brazil. There is no foreign chicken, then barely. Kung kayang gawin ng ibang bansa yon, on the principle na, okay, we allow importation, but we do not destroy our production base. We do not destroy our resilience. But right now, sir, my hope, the prayer of our group is that with these proceedings, which has produced significant findings, follow up on it. Huwag niyong tigilan. Malaking serbisyo ho ito. Sana may susunod pa kayong efforts, whether this big or smaller. Kasi ho, pagka ho hindi nagbago tayo, itong nangyayari ngayon, mas malala ang mangyayari. Kasi yung lahat na pinangako ng RTL, pinangako ng NEDA, all these years, all these decades, hindi ho nangyari. Hindi ho nangyari. Pagka pinilit ho nila na sino man na magsasabi na gumanda ang buhay ng Pilipino sa ilalim ng kanilang ideology of free trade, yung tinatawag hong Washington Consensus, minimal government, import liberalization, deregulation, privatization. Halimbawa ho yung pagkapon sa NFA, that is on the basis of the principle minimal government. Ibibigyan nyo ng laya yung mga importer tapos sisisihin ninyo, wala kayong pantapat. I'm sorry, sir, I have lingered so long. But I end with thank you to the committee.
Yes, thank you, Attorney Bong Inchong. Of course, nagpapasalamat din kami na kami ay binuo ni Speaker Martin Romualdez sa isang napakagandang hangarin. Napakahirap po nung aming dinadaanan din kasi kunyari kung kanya-kanya kami rin gagalaw. Mahalaga po na maraming komitiba ang nararapat na nagsasama-sama para resolbahin yung mga problema po natin. But with that, I think yung concern with regards to data gathering, baka Yusek Asis, you can enlighten us dun sa some of the challenges of the Department of Agriculture then.
Yes, sir. In fact, just to, in a way, reiterate the information provided for by UBRA, nung pong pasok po namin ng administration ni Secretary Laurel, when we first presented before Congress, we stated that we are fighting a 27-year-old backlog. And this is really, at least from our perspective, the reason why we are in this situation. And that backlog includes, of course, the failure of government to implement the National Information Network, which, as stated by UBRA, a core element for proper planning and proper strategization of the agriculture sector. Kaya po, in fact, if you will remember, whenever I speak about something structural that will not, a structural element that takes into account present but also value the future. Kagaya ho halimbawa ng binabanggit ko kanina, pagka ho pinus natin yung pagbaba, and I already stated this at the risk of repetition, there is a consequence on the, I would call, planting intention or production intention, which will result into a downward spiral trend, which we can no longer address in the future. And so that's why I think the risk of overemphasizing, the Department of Agriculture is trying to find a balance, taking into account the fact also that the powers that were with us before and is the basis of certain expectations of society is no longer with us. Madali lang ho sana yung presyo kasi ang gagawin namin, makikisali kami sa market may bigas kami, pwede kami magbenta So kaya naming i-temper yung presyo. And if we are allowed, kasi dati po 30 days po yung stock po ng NFA. So ibig sabihin, kung meron kaming 30 days na pwedeng ilaban, kung merong abuso, then
Thank
pwede
you.
po.
Yusek, anyway, we know you're very passionate
Yeah.
about your point. But we just have to stick with the topic.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Kasi yung the databasing concern I know that we have of course given all the statistics and analysis to PSA. It might have changed, of course, data gathering in the Department of Agriculture. So baka yun because again, let me reiterate the point ni Attorney Bong Insyong. Sa data pa lang problema na tayo. So what are some of your thoughts na
Meron po
pwede
kami
natin
ngayong-
maayos natin Let's
Apo.
begin with that.
Meron po kami ngayong ginagawang digitalization. Pinondohan po ito ng 2 billion pesos. The purpose po talaga nito is ayos yung data. And it will be we mentioned already, sir, meron kaming 87 independent data information platforms which we need to integrate. Kaya ho kailangan talaga pasukin po yung National Information Network.
Yes. And this will be shared to everyone.
Yes, sir.
diba?
That's the intention po under the National Information Network.
Sige. Anyway, we will follow
Mr.
that up.
Just a very short follow-up. 2 billion pesos in how many months, years can we expect output by 2025, Mr. Chair? Of the digitization
Yes, kailan,
program?
when do we
The 2 billion
seem to
pesos.
realize the full effect of the program?
Nasa na po kami ngayon, nasa bidding na po kami noon. And so we expect that by the end of, kasi yung pong pagbubuo po nung both the platform and the systems po yung ginagawa.
Yeah, we understand, Mr. Chair. They're in the bidding process. Tapos may encoding pa at saka verification ng data. So, kailan? The question is kailan eh?
Sir, hindi po namin na po-project pa kung kailan ito. Pero
Would you have somebody from the office, Mr. Chair, who's in charge, or an MIS office, or who will be able to hopefully be able to answer us, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair will bring Yusek Alan Omali next time, sir.
Okay, so move, Mr. Chair, that we invite Yusek Alan Omali during the next meeting, and to answer us, Mr. Chair, if when will they be able to make the 2 billion digitization work, Mr. Chair,
Sige, yes.
and running?
So there's a motion by the Honorable Bambi Mano, duly seconded. Any objections? There being none, motion is approved. With that, I hope, Yusek Asis, pwede bang katulong din natin yung sectors, for them to see and understand your digitalization system?